How much time do you spend debating over who you should and shouldn't invite to your town hall meeting, to your work streams, or to your medical team meetings? There's always that fear of backlash if you don't invite a department or individual. I'm reading this book called The Art of Gathering: How We Meet and Why It Matters by Priya Parker. I'm doing it for research on my upcoming retreat. To my pleasant surprise, the author addresses this very issue in a methodical and thoughtful way that completely resonated with me. So tune in to hear how to handle planning your meetings with purpose and save time. Hello, friends of O Universe. Welcome back to this week's vlog. I am so excited to be in the home stretch of finalizing details for our Go Slow to Go Fast retreat in Vandelicourt, France, which is actually taking place next week, September 14th through the 19th. In preparation for the immersive experience, a good friend of mine recommended this book, The Art of Gathering. I highly recommend this book for anyone who wants to transform their meeting, gathering, dinner party, or retreat experiences to something engaging and purposeful, leaving your participants feeling connected, inspired, moved, honored, awed, and transformed. I can't recommend this book enough. When I was planning meetings and events for our cross-functional teams in the pharma industry, I was always spending a great deal of time thinking about who to invite. Should we invite the commercial team? Should we invite the field team? The operations team? As you know, the list goes on and on. You may ask, how do you decide, followed by how do you justify and defend who you're not inviting? The author Priya Parker has referenced many times throughout the book multiple situations where her clients who desire a meaningful and transformational meeting doesn't have the stomach to not invite certain participants. Her clients have caved in and said, we have to invite them even though they don't align to the purpose of the meeting. The political backlash is too painful to deal with. It's just easier to invite even those who are not aligned. What are you to do in this situation? Do you stand your ground? But what ground are you standing on? The purpose of your meeting is the key to knowing who to invite and not to invite. Knowing why you're gathering in the first place is key. You may say we have monthly meetings for sharing team updates, but the author challenges you to go deeper. And in my words, to avoid stale, time-sucking meetings that don't produce any real outcomes besides helping folks feel that they're in the know. Here is the two-step thinking process that will help you start creating meaningful gatherings that actually produces impactful outcomes. The first step, I challenge you to think deeper on what you could be meeting about. The author states, when we don't examine the deeper assumptions behind why we gather, we end up skipping too quickly to replicating old, dull formats of gathering. And we forego the possibility of creating something memorable, even transformative. In the first step, take a deeper dive to identify the real purpose of your meeting. What are you really trying to accomplish? Are you trying to get your teams to not work in silos and have an integrated approach? Or are you needing them to gather together to resolve unspoken challenges that are shared in the hallway, conversations but not addressed in a larger forum? Or are you trying to create a solution to solve a company problem with an all hands on deck approach? The second step, once you've defined a robust gathering purpose, then the real challenge comes when you have to put your ideals to a test. As author Priya describes, her clients often are gung-ho about their new daring purpose for a gathering, but then their courage melts under the stress of who to include and exclude. She says the desire to keep doors open, to not offend, to maintain future opportunity is a threat to gathering with a purpose. Inviting people is easy. Excluding people can be hard. You will have begun to gather with purpose when you learn to exclude with purpose. My thought is that when you can identify a deeper meaning as to why you're gathering, then you can objectively identify who to include and exclude. You have objective criteria to hang your decision on. Holding this true will help your gatherings come together to meet its purpose successfully. Now, the remaining 6 chapters of the book talks about how to be a host, creating a temporary alternative world, never start a gathering with logistics, bring what challenges you into the gatherings by being vulnerable, allow for controversy, and accept that there is always an end. There is so much wisdom in this book to help you gather in a meaningful way beyond what you're accustomed to. I highly recommend it if you want to start transforming your meetings from huge time sinks to meetings that actually save you time because you are purposeful and productive. If you found this information helpful and would like more tips, go and subscribe to my YouTube channel. There is a wealth of information and practical tips for professionals like you trying to navigate work and home with ease. Until next time, love and light to you all.